Lesson 29, Product Development. Anxious. Ascertain. Assume. Decade. Examine. Experiment. Logical. Research. Responsibility. Solve. Supervisor. Systematically. Anxious. Anxious. Ascertain. Ascertain. Assume. Assume. Decade. Decade. Examine. Examine. Experiment. Experiment. Let's review the first 6 words we've learned. Anxious. Ascertain. Assume. Decade. Examine. Experiment. Logical. Logical. Research. Research. Responsibility. Responsibility. Solve. Solve. Supervisor. Supervisor. Systematically. Systematically. Let's review the last 6 words we've learned. Anxious. Ascertain. Assume. Decade. Examine. Experiment. Michael was worried about his promotion. He needn't have been anxious though. He had worked in the product development division for 9.5 years, almost a decade. He knew the department inside out. Now, however, he would be the director. As a member of the department, he had only to do what his supervisor him. As the director, he would be the person responsible for the success of his department. Fears are not always logical. In fact, they are often illogical. As his first task, he decided to conduct a systematic analysis of the steps required to develop new products, and to organize the tasks into a logical order. The first step in developing new products would be to ascertain what kind of products the market needed and what problems existed with the products currently being used. The second task would be to find out how best to examine these problems and determine what kind of research would be needed to solve the problems. It would be better to say, re-examine these problems, since most of these unsolved problems had been thoroughly researched over the years. The third task would be to look at the quality and characteristics of the competition's products. By examining the competition's products, he would know where he should improve. And the final task would be to decide how to gather the most substantial information from the fewest number of experiments. Michael smiled and sat back to read over his list. Confident that he had a good team and a good plan, he felt ready to assume his new job. Thanks for watching. Great job today.